had a middle school girls' night, and so I went
Nice.
and did like tinsel in their hair, and then there was
Cute.
another girl who did glitter tattoos,
Nice.
hence my gang sign.
Nice.
And then there were like these two girls in the corner that were talking about dating, and they're like graduating out of middle school. And
14-year-olds.
I know they were literally like, yeah, I'm just taking a break from dating right now. And I'm like tying the hair in, and I'm like,
you shouldn't have dated in the first
and Mariah's
place,
sitting across, like she's sitting across the room, and I'm looking at her, I'm like, they're talking about dating. And then later on, one of them was like, yeah, I think I want to read like the whole Bible and then like start dating. And I was like, at least that's like a good break, but okay.
That's a hot topic for me though. I'm like,
I think you shouldn't date in high school.
Even Michael, that like I don't think you should date in high school. But that's just me.
I think
that's because I didn't, and I recognize of like why I'm kind of glad that I didn't.
Yeah.
She wasn't allowed to, but she did.
Yeah,
I wasn't allowed to, and I actually listened. So like we weren't.
That's yeah. I hear things that people do, and I go, those weren't the rules though.
Well, it's like a thing of where, and then you just think it's like, yeah, and you're not with anybody that you dated back then. And was it just a waste of time? Sometimes it's like, oh, it didn't work out, not that big of a deal, whatever. Or sometimes it's like, oh, that was so dumb, or that was this. And I'm like, I don't think you're like, man, but I'm glad I did it for the memories. I'm like, no, I don't think so.
I don't think there's really anybody who's like, I'm glad I dated in high school, and then you break up with them.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
I don't think you should date in high school because
you don't like know
9 times out of 10 you grow up, and then it's like you know them at a high school age, but then they're not the high school age forever. Yeah. So then you imagine them at that age. I mean, that can happen when you're like in your 20s and you get older, but like it's different.
It's very rare that it's gonna.
You haven't begun life yet.
Well, it's a thing of where like you also like when you get out of high school and you go to college or you start a career or whatever, like when you're out on your own, that's when you really kind of find out who you are as a person, like without like parental guidance or without like all these different, like things kind of guiding you or whatever, like you're literally having to do it on your own. That's kind of when you just like, that's when you find out, oh, like this actually is what I value. Oh, this actually does matter to me.
Well, also you're way more likely to slip on your boundaries and stuff when you're in high school. One of the things when we were leaving, we were taking those two girls home. And so when we were leaving, they were continuing the conversation of dating as we were leaving. And I was like, the best advice I've ever heard was make sure that the person you're dating has the exact same values and morals as you, and isn't just like, yeah, I respect your morals, or I respect your values.
Have the same like likes and
it's like,
and stuff.
And even if they are like a very respectful person, it's like just because they respect it, it doesn't mean that they have the same ones. So if your boundaries waver, it's not a big deal for them because they're just like, oh yeah, I respect you. But like if they have the same boundaries, and it's like for example, the thing I saw, the person was talking about sex before marriage. Yeah. And she was like,
how old was this person?
Not the middle schooler. No, the video I saw about this, about the boundary thing. Okay. No. I don't know. I mean, they were, anyway. But the video I saw, she was talking about sex before marriage, and she was like, if I set those boundaries up that like, hey, my boundaries are like, I'm cool with kissing, but like, that's it. Like no making out, none of that. But if it's like, he is just like, yeah, I respect that, he might kind of like push it a little bit.
Because it's not a boundary for him.
Yeah. But then if he has the boundaries, like for that person, her her boyfriend at the time, he was like, I'm cool with kissing, but like no touching. And like, that's like, she was able to keep the boundary. It was,
I think that like, because I think you both have to be on the same page, because if somebody says, oh yeah, these are our boundaries, but then they don't actually take it seriously, and they're like, oh, we messed up, like it's okay though, we'll do good again, but it's like, but they don't take it seriously, like, they don't value it.
My personality is like, I'm cool with bending the rules, I'm not cool with breaking them.
Yeah, but it leads to breaking.
But I know that about myself, so I would need somebody who is like, we're not bending.
Yeah.
So like, I think you also have to know yourself, because when I hear about people, I'm like, okay, like, but that I'm very firm, like, I'm not breaking the rules. But like, some people are not like that.
No, I think there's people who like they bend them, and then it's like, oh well, I didn't go all the way that I didn't want to do. So it's like I didn't. So it's okay. Like I'll just do better next time. It's like, yeah, but that's how it eventually ends up with you doing it.
See,
because you kept inching the line, you kept going a little bit too far, and then you kept moving the line instead of keeping it where it was, kind of thing.
Yeah.
Anyway, so yeah, don't date in high school.
Don't date high school.
I don't think. I think it's a waste of time. Like Michael didn't work out for him, but it also like he didn't do anything though. There's people who date in high school and they make really bad decisions, or they like, like we said, like they bend their values or whatever. And he like didn't do that. Like he kissed her once in high school, like that was it. So it's completely different.
I was unattractive and didn't. Nobody wanted to date me in high school, but also I feel like I
don't think it was also a priority for you to try.
No,
you know what I mean?
That sounds good. That sounds good.